Whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote.
Welcome back to the Passion to Paycheck Podcast. On today's episode, we have Jose. Hey, Jose, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you saying yes to the invite.
Thank you guys for inviting me.
Yeah, so to get started, go ahead and let the audience know a little bit about yourself and what you're currently working on.
Well, so first of all, soy empresario, soy mexicano, and I'm actually working right now. I've been working in the life and funeral services for the past 8 years. So that's my profession.
Okay, nice. How long did you say?
I've been doing it for 8 years now.
8 years? Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you get into that business?
You know what? I actually shared this before in the past in one of my podcasts, but I'll share it right here with you guys. I was looking for a job. So trip out, I had just gotten locked up. I didn't do time like crazy, none of that, man. Like I did some stupid stuff, right? And then got locked up. And right after, I was trying to find a job. But see, this is the thing. When you're trying to look for a job and you have some felonies or misdemeanors, it's a struggle finding a job. And a lot of people don't know that, until it happens to them. So I tried going, like looking places just to apply and stuff. But my cousin randomly hit me up. He's like, hey, bro, I think you would be good for this. And mind you, I'm a field worker, man. I'm working in the fields picking grapes since I was 12 years old. So for me, I was like, nah, man, getting on a suit, nah, homie, that ain't my shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my type of work. So long story short, man, my cousin invites me over to a BOM. It's called a meeting, a business meeting, right? So we came in. And it was a multi-level marketing organization where we had to sell insurance and stuff. But I'll tell you this, it tripped me out because when I walked in, I saw outside in the parking lot freaking like nice cars, man, like G-Wagons, a Ferrari, Lamborghinis. Like you looking at this type of cars, so in your head you're like, what the fuck are these guys selling? You know what I mean? They're selling drugs. So what is it?
Something right over here.
But whatever they're doing, right? Like I want to do it too. Yeah. So for me, I was like, all right, I want to know what's up with it. And I got interviewed. Apparently, you had to pay like $200 to sign up. I didn't have the money. I'll be honest, right? I was just like, all right, man, this is not for me. And then everybody in there, they had suits. I'm like, yeah, nah. My confidence was super low, man. I was like, no, that's not for me. So I walked away, man. But it always stayed in my head. So I ended up finding a job fixing at the, this, what's it called, where they do the plastic place? What's it called? What do you call it? Where people go recycle plastic.
The
recycling places. Yeah, exactly. So I went in there and I used to think like, man, if these guys could do it, these ugly ass fools could do it, why can't I do it? You know what I mean? Maybe I could do something with it. Why not? So one day I just randomly got tired, man. I was like sick and tired of having a 9-to-5. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check it out. I'm just going to walk in. Why not? So I walked in and I sat down with this one guy. He had a really nice ring and stuff. It looked like he had money all tied up and stuff. I'm like, man, what is it that you guys do? Like, what is it? And they're like, life insurance. I'm like, life insurance? Homie, like, that shit makes you money, dog? Like, for reals? Like you could make money off of life insurance? How you scamming these people? Like I want to know what's up,
What's a scam?
Yeah, like what's a scam? That's the first thing that came to my head, right? And I just realized how important life insurance was after I had that talk with them. Because to me, I was like, nah, man, like they just take a monthly payment or whatever and they're scamming you. Yeah. They're taking your money. But I realized how important it was up until one of my buddies, he passed away. He got killed. It was during the same time, man, when my buddy, my best friend, he passed away. And I seen his family struggle just to try to cover the funeral expenses.
Yeah, because it's expensive.
Either car wash or they make food. I mean, you still see it happening all the time where fund me account because I just had a couple friends and they go through that struggle, so and it's like, man, it's like, you guys really need to get on. But a lot of times they don't know too, though, so they're not educated as well. So they need to hear, hey, what are the possibilities where they could get life insurance? Because a lot of people think it's expensive too, and it's really not.
It really isn't. Yeah. And that's what it comes down to, right? Like, we're not educated. Right. Like, for example, me, man, working in the fields, making $400 a week at that time, Like, I didn't know nothing about finances. My boy over here is a CPA, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he had to go to school or do all that type of stuff, right? Yeah. But back to the topic, right? Like, I didn't realize how important it was. And then when my best friend passed away, I was like, damn, like, I don't want my family to, you know, struggle financially. Like, one, they're already going to be dealing with the emotional burden. Right. Two, they're going to deal with the financial burden. Nah, I can't do it, man. So I was like, why not? $40 a month, $500,000 for me at the age of 19. I was like, sign me up. Why not? You know? And it just, as I got more into the industry, it just got deeper and deeper for me. Like, for me, it didn't become real, guys, until I actually had to bury my grandpa and had to come out of pocket for the funeral expenses. Like, that right there, that's when it hit home. And because I had to deliver a check in the past where, you know, you had a client that passes away and then you got to go deliver the check. It sucks, you know, because you had to be the one delivering the check to those families, but it doesn't hit home.
Right.
It's not the
yours.
Same. Exactly, because it's not yours. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I brought a little hat. It actually has a lot to do with the story why I came like this. So when my grandpa passed away, and this is kind of emotional, right? Because when my grandpa passed away, you know, it hit home so bad that every time I would come home, my grandpa always wore a hat.
Right.
A tejana and a sombrero. And it kept reminding me, bro, like, damn, life is short for everybody.
Yep.
You know? And it just hit deep. And it made me stay in the insurance industry, you know? Like, my grandpa passed away 2 years ago. But see, what really made me stay was my best friend passing away and seeing his family struggle. I just didn't want my family to go through the same thing.
Right. So now that you help families get them life insured, at least it makes you feel a little bit better. Where like you said, it might be emotional burden, but at least that financial burden where they don't have to, even though they're going through it, they don't have to set up car washes, make food to try to come up with the money, fund me accounts to come up with the money. Because, man, people still do it all the time. You still see it, you know, on the Instagram and social media and the car washes out there in the at the gas stations and all that.
Right. Yeah. You know, when insurance agents are trying to, like, reach out to you, talk to you, it's not because they want to scam you. They just, you know, they want to protect you from all that pain that you're going to go through. Brother, it's not even expensive. You know what I mean? Like you said earlier, right? It's not expensive. Yeah. Dude, we spent $20. You take someone to the theaters, what, $20-$30? You know, take your family. Yeah, exactly. It gets more expensive, right? Yeah. Life insurance policy, you could start off with like $1 a day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not expensive.
Right.
But what we're really selling peace of mind. That's really what we're selling.
Yeah.
It's not the life insurance that we sell.
Right. Makes sense.
Because there's other ways you could also use that life insurance too while you're alive, right?
You actually could use it. There is something called the living benefits. So it's something like a chronic, critical, terminal illness. Oh, we actually have a doctor. I have a crazy story. I have a podcast with them. Dr. Reyes, he's known. I'm sure he's okay with me sharing his name. You know, we shared it together in a podcast.
Yeah.
He ended up getting $240,000 off of his life insurance policy because he was in a car accident. This is a real story. You could, you could go to his chiropractor office and he'll tell you, oh yeah, man.
That's crazy.
They gave me $240K.
And that's because he was out of commission for a while, or what did that cover?
So, anytime you get like disability, you could reach out to your insurance company and just get some money off of that.
Oh, okay.
If you have the living benefits.
Right. You qualify.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing, you gotta qualify, right? But there is certain qualifications you have to have. Like for him, he couldn't walk, man. Like he was in a wheelchair now. You know what I mean? But he's a champion, so now he's back. You know,
running,
yeah. You know, it's a mindset.
Right.
But most people who just stay in the chair, how are they gonna do it? They can't work. Like, think about it. Everybody who works at a 9 to 5. I'm not bashing 9 to 5s because I've done them myself.
Yep,
you know
same
what I mean?
here. I've done that.
Nothing wrong with that. But it's like, where I'm trying to get at, my point is this. If you're working with your body physically, you're doing labor work, and then your body gives out, then how are you going to generate income for your family?
Right.
You got to find another way.
Yep. Yeah, because if you had to work for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, next thing you know, you're in a deep hole quick.
Exactly, yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about a day in a life in your life. Like how do you start your morning? Like your mindset. What are your rituals that you do?
Oh, great question, man. So to start off in the morning, I always thank the Lord.
There you go.
Like, I think the most gangster shit you could do is just give your life to Jesus.
Right.
Honestly. Because this is a tough path to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not easy. You know, you got to change subconscious mind, habits. You got to change all kinds of stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, you know, I thank the Lord as soon as I wake up. Thank you, God, for another day. And then the next thing I do, I get ready to go hit the gym. Right now, I'm actually training. I did yesterday. I did 8 miles. I run 8 miles.
Nice.
So on the 12th, I'm gonna go train. I'm gonna go run a 10-mile, a little mini marathon, just 10 miles and
That's
stuff.
still a lot.
Yeah, but I'm excited for it.
10 mile,
Yeah, it's just 10 miles and stuff. But in June, I already signed up for all this stuff. Like it's already paid for, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And we're doing in the marathon in Ventura. Okay. But I really want to do the New York one.
The New York one.
That's the one I want to do, man. But right now on the 12th, in the next week, I'll be out in San Francisco running my little 10 miles or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. So, you got to get it.
Yeah. So I do that, you know, the rest of the day after I'm done working out, I just work all day, bro.
That's
like
right.
Whatever, because you know when you're an entrepreneur, you just work all day.
That's all we do.
Whatever you could do throughout the day, just hustle, bro.
That's
like you hammer down those goals. You know how everybody did those vision boards?
Yep.
I actually got a life vision board. I don't have like a 2025 vision board. I got a whole life vision board. Yeah. Like, all right, what do I want to do? Like right now, we're building a pad in Mexico. I got a bunch of projects that I got going on, right? But to answer your question, man, is I work all day, and then towards the end of at the end of the night, either I pick up my Bible or I'll pick up a book that I'm really interested in. And I only do personal development and finances. That's it. I don't do anything else. And I also got now I got very picky on what books I read. Because there's a lot of people who read, but what are you reading?
Yeah, they just read whatever.
Like, are you reading to...
No value.
Exactly, you know what I mean? Yeah. So now, my old mentor actually taught me this. He said, read books that are 4.5 stars and up, and that have over 500 reviews and up.
Mm-hmm. That's a good tip.
Yeah. Because it's like, dude, I got like 700 books in my room, but... Bro, most of these books, they're repetitive.
Right.
Like, they say the same thing.
Yeah.
And most of them, I'll say 90% of them go back down to the Bible.
Yeah.
Without people even knowing it. It's like, dude, the Bible will teach you everything that these books are teaching you.
Right.
And the books are just teaching you, like, the basics of it.
Just the tip of the iceberg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's really how I spend most of my day, man. I think I have a peaceful life right now. You know, we have some challenges. That's what it's all about. But I don't think you could put a price in peace.
Exactly. Peace of mind is too expensive. You know, if it starts to cost your peace of mind, then that's a straight no.
It's gotta go.
It's not worth it.
It's gotta go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Then it just drains you with all that negativity, and no one's got time for that.
Yeah.
And have you always been working out, or is that something you picked up recently?
You know what, man? I feel like I picked it up recently.
Okay.
And I have always been like on and off working out. But last year hit me, man. Like, I'll tell you this, and it's just crazy. Like, my grandma passed away in February, February 2nd. And I never pictured my life without my grandma. Like, she was the one that would always tell me, échale ganas, mijo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we gotta push forward.
Like all grandma, like
exactly, man. So, her not being in my life, it hit. Like, it really did. But she always told me something as well. Aside from échale ganas, she said, mijo, uno tiene que tener huevos en la vida para salir adelante.
That's right.
She always said that, And that stayed in my mind, bro, all the time. So losing her, it built up some sort of pain in my heart. Obviously, you got to grieve, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys like dogs or not, man. I'm not big in liking dogs, but I had a German Shepherd. So my German Shepherd ran away, never came back. And that felt like a loss.
Right.
And then I went through a breakup. The breakup, you know, your partners come and go.
Yeah.
You know, that wasn't like, oh my God, it hurt, but it wasn't like, oh my God, like I'm gonna die for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think it all came down from all the pain that I had last year. My business also going down, and I had a lot of crazy things happen to me last year where I was like working, and I was like, damn, bro. Like I work all day, every day, and I don't see no results. So I was just stressing out. I was having heavy anxiety attacks, bro. Like heavy, my boy. Where I was just like, I couldn't breathe, bro. I just didn't know what was going on with my body. And what I did, I started getting more on my knees. I'm praying. Just leaving it to the Lord. Just, all right, Lord, I trust you. Sometimes I felt like, should I trust you? But I was like, nah. I got to have that faith. I got to stay on the faith. Because if you ain't got faith, you ain't got nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I started seeing my habits. I started scrolling a lot through social media, bro. Like staying a lot on social media. And I realized I was just wasting my time.
Yep.
So I ended up saying, you know what? Fuck this, man. Like, I didn't come to this country to do nothing with my life. Hell nah. And I got sick and tired of being like fat, bro. I always felt like heavy, fat. And right now, I feel good.
That's right.
I just made that decision, bro, that I'm going to become the best version of myself.
Yeah,
with
what it's all
or
about.
without anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether, you know, like, it's just, how can I put this, man? Like, to answer your question, I feel like working out is the best fucking therapy you could get, bro.
100%.
It really is.
Because you could go to therapy and they're gonna charge you, my boy. You know what I mean? Like, not bad. I'm not saying it's not bad.
Fix you.
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
They're gonna go based off a fucking book.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not talking shit about therapists because some people, you know, I've been through therapy and it helped me for certain things that I went through as a child. You know, things that us men really don't talk about. You know, crazy shit that you just don't open up to everybody, right?
Yeah.
So it helps. It helps. I think men should also go and do therapy. They ain't nothing wrong with that. But for me, bro, I just got fucking sick and tired. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not gonna feel like heavy. I'm gonna get my ass to work and just work it out, bro. And I think like I haven't missed a day in the past 4 months.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Just going at it, bro.
Yep.
Like I couldn't even. I started off trying to do 1 mile. I couldn't do it, bro. I was like, I felt heavy. Now I'm telling you, it's like yesterday I did 8 miles. Like nothing. Yep. I feel like I really could do more. I build up
little by little. You push yourself little by little.
Yeah. So right now I'll get to my marathon. You know, eventually within the next few months I'll get it done. Yeah. You know, I didn't think I was gonna do it that fast, but I'm gonna get it done. I know I'm gonna do it. But that's my thing, bro. Like I just feel like really like working out is the best therapy you could get.
Oh, easily. That's what I always tell my clients too. Is it's the iron therapy.
Yep.
Because you learn a lot about yourself in the gym that you can take outside the gym. Whether it's being able to push that extra rep, push that extra set, whatever it is, kind of push yourself more than you think. So then when you get in the real world, you're like, fuck, I can do this. I did it in the gym. Take that same mentality and just keep pushing. Because a lot of times what we do in the gym translates to the outside world. Like if you do good in the gym and you stay disciplined, I find most of the time your business outside the gym tends to thrive even more because you're able to think clear. You're able to think through things, situations without too much emotion and more logic.
Man, if you look good, you feel good, you do good.
That's right. It's easier to just be out there with that confidence, especially if you're doing life insurance, selling to people. You're probably a lot easier to just like boom, 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 boom.
Man, see, the life insurance is easy. Like doing the funeral services is what really like when you do any plans, when you have a dead body that you're actually dealing with, that's when you're like, shit, when am I next? You know what I mean? So it's all a mindset. You know, just like the gym. You know what I mean? It really does come down to just mindset, bro.
Yeah, everything's mindset, right?
I think that way I see it, kind of like how Rudy says, where I implement the gym lifestyle, that mindset there, and life, relationship, job, whatever you can implement that same mindset where, like, you know, no matter how you feel, show up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Show up and make it happen, you know?
Even if it sucks.
Yeah,
Even if it sucks,
yeah.
you show up. I was just thinking about this because I was listening to a podcast on the way over here. I was like thinking, I wonder what they're gonna ask. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm ready for it. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
And it's just, man, how can I put that? Like, sorry, bro, it threw me off. My head is. What were you saying?
About the gym. So it's the same concept. You take that concept, that mindset, and you implement that in anything in you do in life. You know.
Yeah,
For sure. And then you have any more questions?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's been one of your early failures and almost made you give up, but you perceived through it?
man.
We all have them.
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, bro, I think losing my grandma was like my biggest thing. I'm glad you touched this. Because even though I had the most losses I have ever had in all my life this past year, 2024, I also learned the biggest lesson in my life.
Yep.
Not just learning how to trust God with all my heart, but understanding that everything is borrowed.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandparents are borrowed. Your parents are borrowed. Your wife is borrowed. Your partner is borrowed. Your kids are borrowed. Your house is borrowed. Your cars are borrowed. Everything you have is borrowed, and you're not going to take.
Yep.
So who should you really give your life to?
Right.
The Lord.
Make space for saints.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, he had to bring me rock bottom to understand. All right, bro, you've been reading $5 a month for the past few years. I have all this knowledge, but now he's really telling me, what are you gonna do with it, Garcia? What are you gonna do with it now? What is reading all these books and gaining all this knowledge if you don't put no action behind it?
Right.
Like, what is it? What about those bad habits you have? Are you going to continue these bad habits, or are you going to change them? I've been changing my habits in the last few months. I'm not talking shit, but I'm not doing new year, new me.
Right.
Like, people got to understand, this is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you become as valuable as the places you put yourself into.
Mm-hmm.
If I decide not to show up to this podcast, I might not be able to reach someone in the audience that probably needs this.
Yep.
Because if a poor Mexican like me, that I'm an immigrant, bro. I wasn't born here. I was born in Mexico.
Yep.
So coming over here, not speaking the language, and then working in the fields, that's all we knew. We're all hard-working ass people. That's it. But that's not how you make big money.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So that needs to change, bro. We need to change. It's internal. It's not new year, new me. None of that bullshit.
Yep.
Not talking shit. If someone's like new year, new me, and they stick with it, I'm happy for
100%.
them. I'm happy for them. I think that successful people like to see other people wanting to succeed.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It makes you feel good that other people are doing good and they're changing, whether if it's a little bit or a lot. You're like, fuck yeah, bro, keep going. You're doing good.
Like,
you know what I mean? Because you know what it takes.
Exactly,
you
bro.
know what it takes.
Yeah, it takes a lot to do certain things like this. Like, even to speak, bro, you know how many homies I have making fat ass money? And they're like, bro, I can't speak in front of the camera. I'm like, what do you mean, bro? Like, there's
camera.
more. Yeah, it's just a camera. Like, what they gonna do? Talk shit? There's a little quote that I hear all the time, in the Spanish community. La gente la gente le gusta abrir la boca, pero no abre negocios.
Yeah.
Instead of opening up your mouth, start opening up that business that you want.
Yeah.
Start going to the gym. Start closing your mouth on eating junk food and just taking healthy food, because that's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure for your clients, man. Yeah. I think the hardest thing about working out is eating healthy.
The food.
Yep, the food.
Because it is not just eating healthy, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Like, you got to track your macros, you got to do all that.
It's not easy.
Learn your body. It's not.
That's why you see in America, most people are overweight. right? It's the one thing that they can't control is this.
Their mouth, bro.
Their mouth.
And that's the easiest. That's just like when you look back, it's like it's not that hard.
Once you have it down, it's easy.
Because it's all a mindset at the end of the day. Like,
like how bad you want it. Are you just saying you want it? Are you just saying you're gonna change, or are you really gonna fucking change? Are you gonna wait till the year starts, or are you gonna start like how you did? You started a few months ago. You didn't wait. You could have easily said, "Oh, I'll wait till 2025 starts."
Yeah,
but no. If you really want to make some changes, you're really serious about it, you're gonna fucking start it. You know,
the only thing that sucks about that, what we're talking about, is that you can't teach the desire to want to be better, bro.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, but they don't have to
want to.
They have to want to. Yeah.
You can give them all the information. You can give them like, this is what you need to do. But if they don't want to follow it, they're not going to follow it.
Yeah.
They want the roadmap. Not only that, they want you to do the work for them too. Like everybody wants to be a millionaire, but like
no one
they're not putting in the work. Like they want you to give it to them. Nah, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Put in the work.
For example, I know a couple of people that are millionaires, and I'm like, dude, how'd you do it? I just had to work. That's the secret. You know what I mean?
Working hard.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Like that's all you gotta do. It's really nothing big, bro. Like if another fucking person could do it, you could do it. So
Exactly.
Show up every day.
Yeah.
You fucking tired. You're fucking depressed. You're fucking heartbroken. Fucking show up.
It's funny, bro, that you're talking about that, because I was in that mindset, because it's a mindset, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I feel like with the question you asked me earlier, I feel like all that shit that I was going through, bro, when I was running and I was pushing mile 2, mile 3, mile 4, mile 5, mile 6, mile 7, mile 8, I was like, fuck you, depression.
Yeah.
Fuck you being lazy.
Yeah.
Fuck you being broke. Fuck you.
Yeah.
All these little things that were holding me back, self-doubt, all these things, bro. Nah, man, there ain't nothing holding me back anymore.
That's right.
Like, you can't. Like, once you have that mindset, bro, they can't stop you.
But you want it, and so you're gonna push through it. Because anybody can fucking be like, oh yeah, this year I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna start running fucking so many miles, this and that. And as soon as they start off good. They do a week, 2 weeks, and the next thing you know, what happened? Oh, fucking this happened. Excuse. You know what I mean? If it's not one thing, it's another. But if you really want it, you're gonna push through it no matter what. Which is what we're talking about, the mindset, to where like you're gonna fucking implement that into everything in life, whether it's a job, a business, a relationship, gym, anything, food, discipline, even that. You know what I mean? Like if you really want it, like fuck, you really want to lose weight? You really want to look good? Is that why you're doing it? Well, fucking do it.
I think that's very important.
Yeah.
The only thing that most people miss out is how to do it. Because everybody.
That's actually true. Where we go back to the same thing. There's no. They're not educated in that. Which we're not educated in a lot of things. But if you want it, you're gonna try to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, because now that you say that, I was like that for a long time. Where like I wanted to eat clean, but I really didn't know how to eat clean. I thought I was eating clean, like a fucking salad or fucking this and that. But I wasn't eating clean. That was not clean. You think because you eat a salad a day and then a little bit this, a little bit of that, you don't know what you're doing. Like you gotta really track your shit. But to do that, you really gotta get knowledgeable in it. So whatever you want to get into, well, you do your research. If you have to pay somebody, depending on what you're looking for, and saying put in the work.
I think, bro, people, they kind of like, they push things they push the how. Mm-hmm. I think everybody's got the fucking mindset.
Oh yeah,
that's the easiest thing to get, like wanting to do things. Everybody wants to do things
if you really want it.
But if you really, really want it, you gotta go read a fucking book that will teach you how to make $1 million.
We have this right here.
You got the Google, YouTube. Google, you know what I mean? Like you'll watch a podcast like this, like. You go in your podcast or my podcast, our podcast, and then people will learn. Be like, oh man, this person really changed my mind.
Yeah.
And it's just, it takes that, bro. Yeah. Like conversations, events you go to, books you read. That's really like the biggest one. Yeah.
Yeah, because once you open up somebody's mind, it can't retract back to where it was. And then all you can do is for the people listening, they take it to the next level. Okay, that kind of makes sense, but I want to learn a little bit more. Do some fucking research. Yeah. Go do your own research and ask people, move through whatever, and fucking figure it out if you really want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 100%.
So, how do you stay motivated when things aren't going as expected?
Fuck motivation, bro. I'ma die. That's
that.
really what makes me push. Cause see, being in the insurance industry, bro, you're talking to people about life insurance all the time. That's like, people don't realize, like, see, everybody forgets about, like, everybody's like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Like, I find, okay, let me just make this shit simple. Everybody has like a plan, right? Like, I'm gonna do this day, on the 10, on the 12, on the 15, on the 25.
Next year,
next
the year after
February,
that,
I'm gonna do this. Who the fuck guarantees you're gonna make it there?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Who really came up with that, bro?
Yeah.
Like, there's actually a great book you could read. It's called The Power of Now. Great book. But where I'm getting at, bro, is I'm gonna fucking die. Like, I understand my days are counted on this earth.
Yeah.
Once I'm gone, what am I gonna leave behind? Like, really? Like, who do you want to be remembered as? Who is you? What are you building? Why are you doing this podcast?
Right.
Why are you doing all this stuff? Is what you're doing leading to that end goal? Like, for example, I'm working right now on my business to grow it to $100 million. I want to sell my fucking business for $100 million. There's fucking people who have done it already. Why can I not?
Right.
I could do it too.
And if you want it, you're going to make it happen. If you really want it, you're going to make it happen.
Yeah. So that's really what motivates me, man. Knowing that I'm going to die. Like that shit to me is like, oh shit, I got to get my shit together. I got to go.
Push. I like that.
Push, go. Now, there is a time to like, all right, slow down. Let me see how I can make this better. If something isn't working out for you, go do something that works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that inspired me. I'll share this story. And it's kind of like a dark joke, but I'll share it anyways. I used to work at a funeral home at the cemetery. Mm-hmm. So when we used to sell plots, bro. When we were selling plots, my boy. All right. I don't know if I should. Fuck it.
Fuck it. It's raw, you know?
I had a homie in the cemetery that we used to joke around. We used to say, fuck, fool. Like, damn, dog, like, nobody's died today. We're not getting paid. Like, it sounds crazy, but it's like, it's a business.
Yeah.
So we were literally waiting for someone to die just for us to get a paycheck.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That was your job at that time.
That was my job at the time.
Yeah.
We're still connected with my business because I have my own agency. And we're actually partner up. I could do insurance in all 50 states. Mm-hmm. And we're partner up in every funeral home you could think of in California. We could get contracts with them and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't get everybody because I don't need everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, there's certain people you want to do business with and some that you don't want to do business with. Like if someone's done fraud in the past, you want to step away from that person.
You don't want to burn.
Yeah. You don't want to burn your name like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Especially in business.
Right.
So, you know, that's really what it is.
Yeah. That's the reality of it. You know what I mean? Because I think every job in this world, it needs to be there. Even the people, and same with all the people in this world, from the hard workers to the lazy ones. You know, we need all that. Why? Because you want the lazy one's gonna make you look good. You know what I mean? Like that's him, but that's not me, my boy. I'm up here. You know, I get up and grind, and then they want to say you're lucky because like you have this and that. Like no, motherfucker, I've been putting in work, blood, sweat, and tears. You know. Earn that shit.
You do. And, you know, we need everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
Like you said, you know, we need the good, hardworking ones and you need the lazy ones.
Yep.
Why? Because you'll learn from the lazy to not be like the lazy.
You
know what I mean? You don't want to be like that.
You don't want that life they're living.
Exactly.
I do not want to live like that. That shit.
Yeah, that's a miserable life to live, man. A life without a purpose.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know how people do it, bro.
Me neither. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense to me either, bro. Like, I hear people saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they be doing the same shit for 5, 6, 7 years. Or like, for example, not talking shit, my boy, but I'm sober. I haven't drank or smoked in the past 8 years.
That's right.
You know how fucking hard that is? Appreciate it.
No, I've been there.
It's not easy.
It sucks for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's like, Dude, imagine someone says, "Oh, fucking Garcia died because he fucking overdosed on weed or he did some shit." You know what I mean? Like, or damn, they actually, it's kind of sad. There's let me share. Can I share something from the Bible to you guys? Yeah. And I gotta read this to you guys because it's like, aside from like me passing away, that driving me, I think one of the biggest things that drives me is Proverbs 31. Okay. I don't know if have you guys ever read Proverbs 31?
No,
I don't recall.
Oh man, this is why a man shouldn't drink, and I'll show you why. Like this, when I read this, I'm like, dude, this makes so much sense, and it comes down. It really comes down to who do you want to be as a person? Do you want to be a king? Do you consider yourself a king, a valuable man? Mm-hmm. Or do you consider yourself just an average man? There's nothing wrong with being either or.
Right.
But what do you want to be? Right? And in Proverbs 31, it says this. It's actually his mom talking to him. It says, sayings of King Lemuel. The sayings of King Lemuel, an inspired utterance his mother taught him. Listen, my son. Listen, son of my womb. Listen, my son, the answer to my prayers. Do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer. Lest they drink and forget what has been decreed, and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. Trip out. Let beer be for those who are perishing, wine for those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy.
That's right.
That hit home, bro.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know the Bible talked about not drinking beer.
Yeah, me neither.
And I grew up in a Mexican household where we're freaking drinking Centenarios, we're doing Jose Cuervo.
What Mexican don't drink?
Exactly, bro. Nothing wrong with it.
You start young, you start drinking. Yeah.
But if you want to be a ruler, you want to be a king, you want to be something bigger, bro, you got to let go of those habits. You got to let go of those bad habits.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not perfect.
No,
Nobody's perfect.
No one's perfect.
Everybody falls short to the Lord.
Yep.
But who do you want to be? What do you want to sacrifice to be better on? For me, I knew I don't want to drink and smoke. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get drunk, catch a DUI.
Yep.
I fought hard for my license, my boy.
Yep.
Some people can't even get licensed.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So just having that in our mind, it keeps us like on our foot, thinking like, all right, if I make this decision, what's gonna happen? Everything has consequences, whether it's good or bad. And that's why I always run to the Bible, bro. Like when I'm going through stuff or I'm having a really messed up day, I'm like, all right, Lord, I'll put up some worship, and then I put a pause to the worship, and then I read my Bible. I started doing that, man. I think it's like the best therapy for me. You know what I mean? It's been working for me, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You found something that works, and every time you do it, you kind of like, okay, time to get back on the horse and keep pushing again.
I found peace, bro.
It's the peace.
That peace and abundance love from strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And how long you had God in your life? Because I mean, Mexicans, Catholics big in the Mexican family. Since we're young, that's implemented in us, But how long did you actually like get serious with God?
So 4 years ago, I got introduced to the Lord, and I was in a bad spot. It was just about money, and that's it. Like, that's all I used to think about. Like, money's everything. That's it. I didn't build friendships. brother, you could have money and then be miserable. I have no friends.
Yep.
Or no quality friendships or relationships. So 4 years ago, I got introduced to the Lord, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I got baptized, but I didn't even know why I got baptized.
Like I just 4 years ago or before that?
4 years ago.
4 years ago.
4 years ago. And I did grow up Catholic.
Right.
I did grow up Catholic. Now I go to a Christian church.
Okay.
Right. But see, being a Christian is one of the hardest things you could do, bro. I still fall short to that. My boy, like I got my sins still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still working on certain things that I'm like, damn. Because if you've been doing something for so long, just to cut it off, it's gonna take you some time, bro. It's not gonna go away from one day to another. So I got baptized, bro, but I didn't know what it really meant. Now I know what it means, but I didn't know what it meant. I know what it means for me now, because God speaks to everybody different, right? But 4 years ago when I did that, that's really when the battle started, bro. Like that's when it starts. Because you do things in your conscience, you do things out of habit, right?
Yeah.
Humans, we're habit. We're just habit creatures.
Creatures of habit. Yeah. You just do it automatically.
So
you're not even
doing,
thinking of we program.
Exactly. So I was doing certain things that I thought were okay, like getting pissed off, bro. Like fuck that. Like you know what I mean? Like when you grow up like in the hood, you're like, what the fuck you looking at me for, bro? Yeah. Like things like that, right?
Yeah.
And it's just you build up on anger. Like I thought it was normal, you know, but nobody told me that. Yeah, it's like, all right, fool, you want to throw some hands? Let's throw some hands. You know what I mean? But what is that gonna lead you to?
Nope. Nothing good.
When I got baptized, that's really when it got to me. I'm like, all right, bro, you gotta chill out. There's somebody who will beat your ass out there that is fully trained and will fuck you up. Yep. You know what I mean? And it started not just that, but like lust. Like when you're at the gym and you're trying to look at it and you're looking at a girl and she's good looking, bro. If you are a believer, you need to like just put your eyes away from looking at her ass.
For temptation.
Yeah. It's temptation, bro. Yeah. That's just hard, bro.
Yeah, that's
hard. Being celibate, it's hard.
Yeah.
Doing things like that, bro. Things that the Christianity teaches you, bro, they're some of the hardest things to do, but it's the best life you could live, bro.
Yeah.
The discipline that comes to it. Like if you're about discipline, bro, that's one of the most hardest things to do.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So, you know, for me, now, up until now, you know, now I have a really good relationship with the Lord. I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect, but I could tell you this. Now, I go to church, and I go to church to learn about the Lord. Now I read my Bible, and I study it. I don't just read it like a book. Like, it's different. And He speaks to me, bro. Like, I'll share this one. Look, I'm going to share this story real quick. When my grandma passed away, see, when I was a little kid, I was scared of like what do you call those? Like los rayos?
Yeah.
When it's raining?
Yeah.
And if you grew up in Mexico, bro.
They're loud.
They're loud, big, bro. Yeah. Like loud. Yeah. Bro, we used to go like outside my house in Mexico, water, when it would rain, the water would go like 4 feet up. Passing through the street, bro. So if you jump in there, sometimes we would see like cows and shit getting taken away by the water. Yeah, bro. Like a bunch of like tierra.
Like it rains hard, yeah.
Yeah. So I used to be like scared of that as a kid, bro. So what I would do, I would run under my grandma's legs and I would hug her. And she would tell me, everything's going to be okay, son. So it would bring me some sort of like peace and stuff. Now, I'm a little kid at this time, right? Now, little fast forward, see how God is so good, man. Now that I have the Lord, I have no regrets now that my grandma passed away because the Lord showed me that I did everything that I needed to do for that lady. Like, I have no regrets at all. The day of that she passed away, bro, I was actually in Texas. I was in Texas for an annual convention for our business. And it was raining like crazy. I had those big old Tahoes, Yukons. Yeah. I had the extra large one. I was driving it, and bro, the freaking Yukon was like moving around like that, my boy, like crazy. Ooh. I was like, damn. It was like a tornado happening and stuff. I'm like, this is insane. But I was like, I'm good. When I get home, bro, I'm laying down in my bed and I'm just like thinking, like, I got the phone call. Like, I already kind of had an idea my grandma was going to pass away that day. Like, I knew.
You
like,
felt
I felt it so heavy in my heart, bro, that I was like, I think she's gone. And my cousin calls me and she goes, hey. I'm like, yeah, I don't think you got to tell me. I think I know. She's like, she's gone. And I was like, okay. Thank you, cousin, for calling me. So I sit down, bro, and I can't cry. I'm just like, shit, this is really happening. I couldn't cry, bro. So I laid down in my bed, and mind you, you hear all this freaking like, bam, 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 all this truenos, yeah. The water, the rayos. How do you say rayos in English, bro?
Fuck, I don't even know right now.
I don't know, but like it's loud outside, bro. And I'm just like, damn, like this is crazy. But I started feeling something internally, bro, where I just closed my eyes and I started praying to the Lord. Like, just praying, bro. I forgot what I was praying about. And I felt like this big old peace in my heart, bro, where I wasn't longer scared of the truenos. I wasn't longer scared of the rain. I wasn't scared of anything, bro. Like, I felt this peace after praying, and I felt like my grandma was saying bye to me. Because the thing that I remembered is the day when I ran to my grandma's legs, and she would tell me, everything's going to be okay, son.
Yep.
I feel like that's how the Lord allowed me to be at peace with her passing away. Because I used to always say, I want to die before my grandparents pass away. I was so close to them, bro. I didn't picture them passing away. I even got her tatted. I got my grandma's name tatted in my arms. Look, I'll show you. Let me see. So this is her name right there. I call her Mama Tay. You know, and that's my mom's name, and that's my little sister's name.
That's right.
See, I have my whole hand tatted. You know, grandparents don't like that shit.
Yeah, no.
You know, you're Hispanic.
Like that, yeah.
If you're Hispanic, they don't like that.
No.
You know what I mean? And I promised my grandma that I was not going to get tattoos in my other arm ever again. It was a promise. But I did, bro. I did because it was important to me. I ended up actually getting her last heartbeat. The day that she passed away, this is the only tattoo I got on this hand. But the Lord gave me that peace, bro. But I don't know how I would be able to do it if I didn't have the Lord. I think I would have probably committed suicide on something. Because some people, bro, that's all they got.
Yeah.
To me, she was like, fuck. Bro, I took my grandma when she had never been to the beach. I took her for the first time ever to the beach at 80 years old.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
So that's how close I would have given my life for my grandma.
Oh, yeah.
All day, every day. I'll do it for my family. You know what I mean? Like, I'll give my life all day, every day for my family. But my grandma, bro, the only thing I could remember, all the things that I could remember is just pure love. Genuine love.
Yeah.
You know? So, bro, and I'm telling you this, and to answer your question, right? When I felt that love of my grandma, that was amazing. But there isn't any better love than the love the Lord has gave me. Because we all been through some shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's for sure.
You know? But just, bro, I think at the deepest like lowest times of my life, the Lord has never left me alone. And I'm always grateful for that.
He's
All
always
the
there.
time.
He's always there.
It's pure love. That's it. It's a hard thing to explain if you haven't felt it. And that's why it's important to give your life to him, because he'll give you that peace.
Yep.
He'll give you whatever you ask him to give you. Sometimes he takes away, but it's to make you better.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
And for something better, something bigger.
And it's all love, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Good
Crazy
story.
how everything kind of works out too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end, everything works out. Just the way it's supposed to.
It always does.
Yeah. So looking back, was there a specific moment when you realized you were on the path to success?
I have always been. Because when you trust the Lord and you keep putting in the work, even if you go through the little ups and downs, you always show up. That's where it comes down to being grateful in life. Because people think like, am I successful? Bro, you know how hard it is working in Mexico for $10 a day? You could make a sale here, make 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. You know, you do a solar deal, 5,000, 10,000. It doesn't take that much to make that money.
Right.
But imagine the people that make $10 a day. Y son unas putizas.
They're busting their ass. Yeah,
They're busting their butt. Sometimes our lowest times of our life is the best time of somebody else's life.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, it's just being grateful for those moments. Every moment. Like, think about this. How many people struggle just to get a credit card, bro?
Oh, yeah.
A lot.
You know what I mean?
The smallest things, yeah.
And some people, they just take that for granted.
Yep.
Like, bro, I got some pretty good amount of numbers, you know, to just use my credit cards if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I don't, because now I learn more about finances.
How to use it.
And instead of being a consumer, now I'm a provider.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's different. But it's just being grateful, bro, about the little things. Like, for example, my car. My car messed up last week. Dude, I was grateful for that. I was like, oh, well, at least I have that problem, and I'm not I'm not without a car.
Yep.
You know? Just little tiny things like that, bro. Oh, I'm having this issue at work. I'm having this issue. Whatever you're going through, right? Well, be glad that you have that.
Oh, yeah.
What lesson is that going to teach you? And be grateful for it, you know?
Oh, yeah. That's what I always say. Be grateful for all the good, the bad, the great, the best. You know what I mean? Because that's all part of life. If everything was just all good, it'd be boring. You know what I mean? That's what really makes you who you are and builds you to the person you're going to become, you know? And that way you can help other people. That when you see other people in that situation or whatever, you can help them even with just an advice, you know, a little talk. That's all they need, you know what I mean? Give back, give value back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we're doing this. Man, that reminds me of one of my best motivational speakers. That actually, when I started in the industry, my first time ever going to like a convention, there's this guy called Eric Thomas. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah, I used to listen to him all the time.
Dude,
He's
fucking,
badass.
you gotta be hungry, right? Like, what's it called? If you want to succeed, it's you gotta want to. What's that? What's the
You gotta
saying?
want it more than you want to breathe.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
You wanna
But he tells a
succeed?
story when he puts them in the water, right?
Yeah,
and starts sinking them down. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. So
like you gotta want it more than what you want to breathe. You
yeah.
know?
But so that guy taught me, you know, a bunch of stuff, bro. But did you guys know that he was homeless?
Yeah.
So
That's
I've
crazy.
heard his story. Yeah.
back to your thing, right?
Yeah.
Imagine just speaking or giving something to a homeless person, and then one day they end up just succeeding.
Yeah.
You might not see you might throw in the seed and just talk to them about God or just help them out with something.
Yeah, that's it.
And they say, you know what? That guy was right. Maybe I should do something with my life. And then they become successful, bro.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? And without you even know it, maybe the Lord use you just to help change that person's life.
100%.
You know what I mean? And we forget that.
And that's what it's all about. And that's kind of one of the things that, I don't know if I mentioned to you, that's why we started this podcast. You know, like, I think you asked me, like, why'd you guys start the podcast? Well, that way we could give everybody a voice, and then everybody could tell their story. Everybody's story is different, but at the same time, people can relate to it. Like how you said, we all go through some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there could be some people listening and hearing your story, like, fuck, man, that's where I'm going. I'm going through something like that. Or that's something I went through too. You know what I mean? They can relate and be like, because a lot of times, especially when we go through hard shit, you know, we might make it sound like it's like whatever, but it's really not, because it's really hard when you go through it, through the hardship, right? And sometimes the little talk or just hearing somebody else that went through it, you're like, because a lot of times you think you're the only one going through it, and nobody has gone through that shit. So if you hear somebody like, oh shit, he fucking went through it too, and like, look at him now. You know, he's fucking pushed through it, and he's telling his story how he did it, and look at where he's going, and he's still growing, he's still building. Fucking, it gives them that extra little push that they need, the little fucking story they need to hear to fucking, because they could be in the verge of fucking just giving up, or commit suicide, because a lot of people can't take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of times, like I said, when you go through it, it's so fucking hard. Even though when we tell the story, it doesn't seem like that, but it's so fucking hard. And like you say, a lot of times you don't have nobody to talk to or fucking to open up to or whatever, for whatever reason. But if you hear somebody's story and you're like, fuck yeah, that's right, I got to get my ass up. Give them that extra push. Either go to the gym or fucking show up, fucking whatever they need to do. And fuck them excuses. Make it happen.
Yeah, bro, because sometimes, like, you know, we could be here, like, all of us could be here, right, just chilling, talking about the podcast, talking about the success and all this stuff, right? But you could be lonely as a motherfucker inside, bro.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's at.
Yep.
Like, it does get hard.
Oh, yeah.
You know, most people who are successful, they don't ever talk about this shit,
Oh, yeah,
bro.
no.
Because, you know, they're just like, oh, I did it. Bro, but you went through
walk
some
alone.
shit, bro.
You walk alone for a long time.
But, you know, and that's
because
okay.
you know your path, though. Oh, yeah, 100%.
But,
you know where you're going, and you know your path. So you know that that's what it's gonna take for you to walk alone. Ain't nobody there to hold you. Ain't nobody there to push you. You got to push yourself. You have to walk yourself. Like how we talk about it. Everybody wants it, but they don't want to put in the work. They want you to give it to them. Like no, motherfucker. Like I can give you the roadmap, but I can't walk it for you. You walk it.
You gotta climb that mountain yourself.
You walk,
with your own
you
2
really
feet.
want it.
It is.
And then that way we can say you're lucky.
Yeah. Look, I'll
Right.
tell you another one. Because I'll open up with this one, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think a lot of men don't talk about this shit, my boy. But a lot of men have that issues.
Uh-huh.
And that's one thing that, you know, it could get deep in this, but
Oh, yeah?
I'm not going to go deep into this, my boy. But I could tell you this. When was it? Last week. So, if you know me growing up, I didn't want to hear shit about my dad. That's like my parents got separated, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I built some sort of resentment towards my father because of the way he treated us, right?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. It took me 10 years to forgive this man.
Wow.
And I walked a lonely life trying to prove myself being better than that man. But I didn't realize that man taught me a lot.
Right.
Because of who he was or what he did and everything that happened, right? Put it like this. My dad and I, we fucking fist fighted, bro. And now I chop it up with him, bro.
Yeah.
And we fucking laugh. We'll go fishing. We'll go shooting. We'll hang
That's
out.
right.
Now we have a good relationship. We're actually... we're working on building a house for him in Mexico right now. I'm building a house for my mom, building a house for me, and I'm building a house. I'm gonna help him build a house. That's what
right.
we're working on right now. But it took a long time to get there, you know. And where I'm trying to get at is you don't have to walk life alone. You could go and join a small group at a church,
Right.
and then you won't be alone. People think they're alone because they don't get off their phone and go out and look at the things that there is in the world.
Yep.
There's always, like, you're never really walking alone. Think about it. Ever. Who really walks alone?
Yeah, I understand that, but when I said walk alone, I meant like an example, like for the gym. So nobody's gonna be there with you at the gym every day. That's what I meant as far as walking alone. But yeah, you're correct. Like if you need somebody with the same mindset, yeah, you join a small group of people, kind of like the group of people we built here. It's a network. You know what I mean? We always say that, and we have a big network, but we have the smaller crowd, which the big network has the same mindset as well. But we got a smaller network where we're tight. You know, and that mindset, it's a little bit there. But when I say walk alone, it's in a sense where like if you're gonna build a business, ain't nobody gonna build it for you. You gotta build it yourself. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna give you the money. Ain't nobody gonna tell you, hey, wake up early, you gotta go to work. You know, hey, Rudy, stay late.
Don't hit the snooze. Don't hit the snooze.
Rudy works 7 days a week. Everybody tells him he's crazy.
Respect.
Exactly. But the people that don't understand, he's crazy. Why you work so much? The same shit I used to hear.
Put it like this, homie. How many times a day do you eat every day?
Yeah.
You gotta work every fucking day. You know what I mean? Like if you gotta eat, you gotta work every day.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. Oh, I gotta take this day off because I'm tired. But
It's a different mindset.
Yeah. Nah, like you gotta work every day.
Right.
No. So I understand you. I know where you're coming from. I just wanted to share that because you know people think it like, oh no, well nobody. You know, a lot of people fall into
There's a victim mentality though.
Exactly, it is. And then you know, I've been in the insurance industry, so we build teams. I have had teams. I have people who have they do sales with us and stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to be teaching these people how to like walk and in certain things. You gotta help them, right?
Whatever help.
But nobody, like you said, nobody's gonna fucking help you. You gotta, like, I could give you the roadmap, like you said, but you also have to put in the effort. I might grab you a little bit, like, come on, bro, let me drag you to church if you really need some grieving to process, or let me grab you through the cell and guide you on how to close the sale, not just go from closing, but all the way to finishing and getting paid and make sure the customer is okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So certain things we do gotta help people. But nobody's ever gonna give you, like, they're not gonna do the work for you 100%. All the time.
Because you're only gonna do that so long. You do 3, 4, 5, and then you're at number 20. Like, come on, bro. Like I already fucking took you through.
Find something else to do.
This is not for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Either you don't want it or it's not for you, and it's all right. You might like to drive. You fucking be a truck driver, whatever, you know. But because I always said that too. You know what I mean? Like. Every job has its person. Like, I couldn't be a fucking driver. You know what I mean? I had big rigs too, but I never drove them. You know, I had drivers, but I could not fucking drive.
Right.
That job I could not do. Same as I could. No matter how much money you want to pay me, I will never work for a fast food restaurant. Like, there's no fucking way, bro. That's not for me. You know what I mean? So same, like, no matter what kind of job it is, you can tell them, oh, you're going to make $1 million this year, but if that job is not for them, it's not for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why we go back to the same thing. That's why we need everybody in this world from every category. From the janitor to the one that owns the building. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? For it to all to work. Because if we don't have no janitors, well, fuck, the building's going to be a fucking mess all the time.
Yeah.
So you need everybody to in this world to make it work.
You definitely do.
100%. Yeah.
Were there any early influences, family, mentors, or experiences that shaped your career?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. I think that's finding a mentor is one of the biggest things. And you gotta be very careful on who gives you that advice. My homie over here is a CPA and he's a trainer. Mm-hmm. So what is he knowledgeable at? Being a CPA and a trainer. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna ask him about how do you do solar, bro.
Right. You're not gonna go get surgery with him.
No, I'm not gonna go get surgery with him. And that's what people don't understand. Who do you getting your advice from?
Yeah.
Your friend might be wanting to help you, but they might not be giving you the best advice.
Yeah.
Your parents might be wanting to protect you, but they're not giving you the best advice all the time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
To their best knowledge, they try to. Yeah, 100%.
They do. You know, it's genuine help, but sometimes genuine help isn't the best help you want to get. So, you know, it really comes down to looking for a mentor. So for me, I was blessed to find great mentors in my life. Some of them I don't no longer have contact with them. I don't talk to them, you know. And some of them I still learn from somebody, you know, like learn from something, from someone or for something all the time. I think my biggest thing for me is reading a bunch of books, bro. I think like there's people. You guys ever heard of Jim Rohn?
Yeah.
man, I fucking love that guy.
Yeah,
you know
got
what I mean?
a lot of good talks.
Yeah, great talks, man. And this is like, we're talking like 90s and stuff.
Old ass. Okay.
Yeah.
But it resonates and like it hits you
They
every
work.
time. You're like, what the fuck?
They work.
Like when I used to take my CPA exam, studying for it, I would always put them on. I'm like, okay, and they get motivated. Fucking boom, and I'm like, okay, let's get to work.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like going back to that, right? Is who are you listening to? For me, I always had mentors. Always. Like if you're in fitness, I'm gonna learn how he got a six pack. I'm gonna ask you, hey bro, how'd you do it? Well, I did this much. I track my macros. I eat this amount of food. I drink this much water. Blah blah blah. Whatever advice he's gonna give me, I'm gonna take.
Yep.
So for me is I always have taken advice from the people I want to have their lifestyle.
Right.
So if you have a
That's
better
important.
lifestyle
That's
than me,
smart.
then I'm gonna humble my ass and learn from you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do. But mentors, I feel like my roots, my grandparents, man, it's just they raised 10 children.
Oh dang.
You know what I mean? Like my family tells me these stories where they grew up where the house wasn't even built, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Rough.
They grew up with nothing. Like we're talking nothing, and then they started, getting better. Now every single one of my uncles got a house. You know what I mean? Like because my grandpa taught us, like, hey, you gotta have your own house. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Like he taught us a bunch of values and just hardworking man.
Mm-hmm.
Respects to the man. Like I actually got tatted. They used to call him La Loa del Mal. Because you ever heard the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super popular. He used to like, my grandpa used to make big money, bro. So my grandpa, he always like taught us values, and he was just a hard worker, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's just no words to explain how hardworking my grandpa was. But I learned from him. Like he was my first person that I looked up. Like I looked at him as my dad.
Yeah.
Because my
Role
dad
model.
wasn't there. My dad wasn't there growing up, so my grandpa was like my dad, and he taught me how to be tough, how to, he used to always tell me, just work, that's it, and he gave me great values. Actually, I'm sure there's one of his favorite quotes that I always remember from him, and I always forget it. I don't know why, but every time I forget it, my grandma and my mom would bring it up. And I think this will help a lot of people because, look, I really have to share this with you guys. You guys ever had like a thing where someone has told you that just changed your perspective of life?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's one of those things that has changed your guys' perspective?
I would say one thing that you just said, but I say a little bit different, where like never take advice from somebody that you wouldn't want to be in their place. So basically, pretty much what you just said earlier, but it's flipped around a little bit. So basically, you're not gonna take advice from a doctor that's really not a doctor, or that somebody that's not a doctor. You're not gonna take doctor advice. You know what we're just talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine was always listen, no matter who the person is across from you, whether they're poor, rich, smart,
Young,
dumb,
old,
all of them.
That's
why
important.
the biggest one is to listen. So shut up and listen.
Yeah. You actually learn more from listening than talking.
Yeah, when I learned that, I started just being more quiet in certain rooms and just listen instead of speaking or trying to speak all the time.
Right. It doesn't get you much when you just talk, So this is what my grandpa taught me. He would always say, mijo, el trabajo aleja la pereza, vicio y la miseria. It really does, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you think about it.
Yep.
Like he always said that to all his sons, and they're all hard workers. There is no uncles of mine that are not hard workers,
That's right.
And for me, bro, like my grandpa was my mentor. I had mentors in the insurance industry, mentors on the fitness world, mentors in every area, like the spiritual.
Yep.
I have something. I'm very blessed to call. There's 3 guys that I call the 3 a.m. friends. Not a lot of people have this, and I learned this on a small group at a church, So the 3 a.m. friends, what it is, bro, you could call them even if it's at 3 a.m. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. If you're going through something, hey, bro, this is I'm going through this, man. Having an anxiety attack, or I'm stressing out. Can I ask for a prayer? You know, like, or things like that, right? And then just like talk to them, and they'll teach you not what they have to say, but what does the Bible say about what you're going through. So those are 3 a.m. friends. I got 3 of them. I was blessed. One of them is 78 years old. Another one is 63, and the other one's 54.
Oh, nice.
They're
I like
all
that.
into
I
just
like
the Bible.
that idea.
Because I seek wisdom.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
100%.
You guys ever heard the story of King Solomon in the Bible?
Yeah.
He had like 1,000 wives and stuff.
Yeah.
He always seeked wisdom, and wisdom gave them everything. So I just got inspired by that. I think that one and the book of Job have been like the most inspiring books for me. But the seeking wisdom part is like, dude.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, like for me, it's like I want more and more and more. It's like an addiction. I'm addicted to like learning.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I showed up here too.
No better addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
just
best addiction. Because once you
Yeah.
stop learning, I feel like you just die.
You just die.
you
It's
do.
just death. It's just like, what's there to live for?
Yeah, exactly. So wisdom, man. But mentors I always look for a mentor. You know,
Oh,
for
that's
example,
smart.
I'll give you an example. It's funny. Like, I get this all the time in the insurance industry. I'm sure anybody who sells life insurance or sold life insurance in the past, you know, or any type of sales, you're coming across a client and the client tells you, oh, but I heard this person told me it didn't work like this. I'm like, the way I rebuttal against those people is like, if someone tells me like, hey, they told me life insurance didn't work the way you're telling me, I ask them, so is your friend a life insurance agent, or what are they?
he
What's their
licensed?
profession?
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just my friends. And bro, come on,
Yeah.
like, why are you taking advice from this person?
We go
And I
back
really
to the
do
same
say it
thing.
like that
Yeah.
because I'm not trying to make them look stupid.
Right.
I'm trying to make them realize, dude, you realize you're taking advice from the wrong person, right?
Right.
Like, I've been licensed for so many years, or, you know, like, this is what I do.
Yeah.
And then now they're like, you're right. And then I tell them, now, if you don't believe me, call your friend. I could explain to your friend how this works. We don't have to go that route. I believe you.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I always make a sell like that. You know what I mean?
Nice. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
it makes perfect sense, though.
Yeah,
That's what
it
we're
does.
talking about. Yeah.
It does. It's like someone started a podcast.
Yeah.
You're going to go want to ask questions to someone who's doing the podcast, not just wants to do it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, how has your upbringing or cultural background influenced your approach to business?
Ooh. Can you repeat that one?
How has your upbringing or cultural background influenced your approach to business?
From growing up, just knowing that everything is work, it helped me. Like, it has helped me throughout all my life. You know, bro, I'm Mexican, bro. So for me, we're hard ass workers.
Oh, yeah.
I have never really met a Mexican that isn't a hard worker.
Yeah.
You go to Mexico, bro, you don't really see people homeless.
Nope.
Mm-mm,
You
everyone's working.
hardly even see that, bro. I'll probably say less than 1% of people, because I never seen it, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny
Unless-
you say that. That's crazy.
Yeah, unless they got like a disability
Right.
or something.
But they're
Now,
still
that's
working.
valid.
They're still
But
working.
They're fucking selling
They're-
lollipops. They're selling flowers.
Something.
They're selling something, but they're gonna get their money to feed their family.
Yep.
So I feel like in the Latino community in general, we come from hardworking people.
Mm-hmm.
Even our ancestors, bro, they fucking build everything.
Yep.
Most people now, they're on their phones.
Mm-hmm.
You don't find a lot of hard workers nowadays.
It's hard.
You-
Oh, yeah,
you
no,
find-
no,
it's
yeah,
super
it's hard,
hard,
it's
bro.
hard.
It is the hardest
Nobody
thing
wants
right
to
now.
work, but they want to get paid now, though.
It's crazy. Yeah,
much.
which is cool, you know, like you could make some good money from doing like videos and doing stuff like that, but some things you gotta use your hands,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta build, you know what I mean? So I think that has helped me a lot. Just in my culture, we're taught to just work.
So you implement that basically
All the
because
time.
even though it's different work, because it was hard for me too, because I'm a Mexican laborer too. So when I went from labor to not doing labor and call that work, I feel like I'm retired. I fucking have to fucking work my ass off like I did physically. You know what I mean? But it basically you implement that. But what was the difference? Was there, because there was a difference for me. That's why I'm asking. From when you changed from the labor work that you were used to, working in the field and doing labor work, to actually doing this agent stuff, because now like you're working, you put in long hours, a lot of work too, but it's different because it's more. And you're using your mind and talking and networking with people, and not actually physical work.
My mindset is, I'm going to do whatever it takes to feed the family.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is, bro.
That's right.
If I have to fucking learn how to write applications, learn how to use the computer, learn how to use a phone, learn how to use something, learn how to... Bro, I didn't learn to send emails up until I was 19 years old. I never had a computer.
Mm.
I got my first computer when I was in college. And that's because we needed a computer.
Right.
We didn't have money, bro. Like, we worked in Section 8 apartments.
Yeah.
Like, my mom was afraid to make more than $30,000 a year because they would kick us out of the Section 8 apartments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had to kill that mindset. I actually bought my mom a couple of years ago, back in 2020, I bought her a brand new Toyota Tacoma. Mm-hmm. That was her dream car. She never thought... When we bought the car, she's like, I never thought I would ever do this in my life. Now that I'm building a house, actually last week, 2 weeks ago, they just finished doing the roof.
The roof,
nice.
In one of the houses. And she's like, she actually sent me a little emoji, because now she could use the phone, you know? Like, she sent me a little emoji with a little teardrop. I'm like, well, what's up, Mom? And she's like, I'm so blessed to have a son like you.
That's right.
You know?
That's the best thing ever, I think.
Yeah.
And I forgot, bro, that some people say they're going to do something and they never do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, damn, thank you, Lord. Like, I just spent $10,000 on just the roof, just to do the roof, but I didn't realize how blessed that was.
Yeah. It's not about the money.
Yeah,
it's
that's huge blessing.
It's that blessing that she feels inside and what that bond that you guys have, which all it does, it gets stronger.
It does. Yeah. It does. So I just wish other people could do this stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, they can. They just don't want to.
They just choose not to, right? Yeah. But for me, bro, what am I gonna take when I die?
Yeah.
I want to leave something. You know what I mean? Like, if I ever have kids, I don't have any kids right now. Mm-hmm. But if I ever have kids, I want them to say, "Fuck, my dad built this shit." You know, like that's fucking cool. You know, like. They did this. Now we could go have a vacation house in freaking Mexico, a couple vacation houses in Mexico, and we could go different places, you know what I mean? Because I do real estate in Mexico. So, you know, I'm always doing a project that is going to generate me something.
That's right.
Or it's going to open up more doors. And that's where it comes down to it, right? Like, to answer that question, it's like, I'm going to do whatever it takes, and I'll figure it out to make sure that my family gets fed.
That's right.
You know? Like, that's what it takes, bro. I don't care if I have to wear a suit on a super cold day or a super hot day.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear it. If I had to dress presentable and make a $50,000, $100,000 deal, I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to be dressed up regardless how the weather is.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
There's I don't know if you guys ever heard of David Goggins and shit.
Yeah.
So I love his book, bro. His books are great. I read a lot of military books too, like Can't Hurt Me, like him, Extreme Ownership. There's great books to read out there.
Yeah.
And the mindset is just like this, bro. Like it's a go. It's a go-getter's mindset. You know what I mean? And bro, like, just having that mindset for me has just changed me, and that's really what it comes down to. Yep. I'm gonna read books, or I'm gonna do something that's gonna make me better to feed my family, and I feel like that answers the question, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Do whatever it takes.
I like that.
Write papers, freaking. If I have to go back to a job, bro, I'll do it, cause I never wanted to do it. Like, put it like this: if I get to the point where I'm like super rock bottom, and for whatever reason, I lose everything, I don't mind picking up a shift. because I come from nothing.
You got to do what you got to do.
And
not
I'm
only
building.
that, I always said, like, you could have it all, lose it, rebuild that, and some. So, yeah, you might have to start a job or whatever, but it's going to be temporary. Because soon enough, you're going to slowly start climbing up faster now because you're already going to have the knowledge, the experience. So guess what? You're gonna pass that level again. Wherever you were at, you're gonna fucking go higher.
Yeah.
Yep. I
All
always
day,
said
every
that.
day.
Yeah.
Can you share a time when a mistake turned into a valuable lesson?
A mistake. I don't know if I should say this recording. Is there a way we could we'll skip that one?
Yeah, we can. That's fine. Have you ever taken a risk that didn't pay off, and how did you recover?
Yeah. So I actually hired some guys because when you're in the insurance industry, you could build a team or be a producer. You could just go out there and sell, or you could build a team and do sales, which is the best way to go.
Grow
right?
faster.
Right. So, I have had a couple of times where I took in risk in certain people and they done like some mistakes, or, they just messed everything up and it set me back financially, And it was like a thing where it's like I took the risk, but then somebody else came on the business and they made more and it paid off for it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It made up for that loss.
Yeah. So it's never really like a loss. It's like a setback. But there's
lesson
when you take risk, expect to take. If you're risking high, you're gonna lose high too.
Yeah.
Like we all know that.
But the reward is gonna be high too.
Yeah. And sometimes it might not even be money, bro.
Yeah. Exactly.
It might just be don't do business with certain people.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't always have to be money.
Yeah, because they gotta clean their shit up.
Relationships, bro.
Yeah.
Talk about relationships. If you don't like certain thing about a person and you're dating this person and you already see the things that you don't want to deal with, dude, move on.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want to be stuck in a toxic relationship. Yep. If your parents couldn't stop the divorce, why put yourself in a position where one day you might divorce this person?
Yep.
And if like in relationships, you gave that all you had and you walked away knowing that you gave that all, you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. Life keeps going.
Yeah, because people could switch up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very fast.
It switch ups in business and life and,
everything.
Family.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. But when you give it all, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You always gain something.
Yeah.
By just risking something, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
It's a risk.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But there's always a way to just,
learn from it.
there is something.
Gain
Always.
that knowledge, that lesson.
I like that.
You're going to learn something from everything.
So we're going to go ahead and kind of just start wrapping up the podcast. So if there's one piece of advice you would give to the audience, whether it's life, business, fitness, what would that one piece of advice be?
Seek wisdom in every area of your life. I think that if you seek wisdom in every area of your life, you will never lose in your life. You'll learn lessons. You'll gain some stuff like money, spiritual stuff. You'll learn new habits. You meet new friends. Wisdom will give you everything you're looking for all the time.
Like that.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet. That's real good.
Yeah.
That one gave me the goosebumps. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys on the next episode of the Passion to Paycheck podcast. What's your story?